No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm ready to win. Yeah, refuse. Bond, it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it. They told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie. I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like Toby, keep on running toes, they gon' take them. Refuse to lose, built to win. Applied myself, I felt it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah, no time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win. Yeah, refuse to lose, I'm built to win. Applied myself.
Welcome back to CTC. I'm your gracious host, Carl, and I'm here for the Week 10 Weekday, Tuesday through Thursday preview. I will do Friday and Saturday on Thursday, and I might have a special segment for y'all on Friday as well because college basketball is 6 days away. But before, I got to make this quick because we do have the main show going live at 7, and I will be a part of that. I do have to be quick. So before we get started, though, I would like to ask y'all leave a like, comment, subscribe. Now, if you like the stuff on this show and the other shows on this network, being CTC, FFC, Fantasy Football with Coach Coombs, Get Well Coached. The main show with Tomo, Joe, and Dave. You got BWT Baseball with Teddy with the World Series. Game 4 is tonight. Rangers up 2-1. My World Series pick from the start. And we have Dave Doghouse, which goes live on Wednesday, so tomorrow. And we have the Joe Jordan Show, who went live, I believe, yesterday. Slammed me yesterday, but I think he did go live. So if you like any of the content on those shows, please like, comment, subscribe, go down the rabbit hole. And if you like what you see, you can stick with us. So y'all know I start Monday/Tuesdays whenever I'm free with Poll Talk. And we got this is a little AP Poll Talk because we got the real Poll Talk coming out at 7. I believe they go live. The committee with their first rankings for Week 10 is today. But for now, we have the AP and the AP drop. And again, the top 4 stays the same. The top 4 is still Georgia 1, Michigan 2, Ohio State 3, and Florida State at 4. Actually, the top 5 stays the same because Washington stays at 5. Oregon moves to 6. They jump Texas, who is now at 7. Alabama State moves up to 8. Penn State moves up to 9. Oklahoma drops to 10 from 6 after the loss from Kansas. Ole Miss moves up to 11. Notre Dame moves up to 12. LSU moves up to 13. Mizzou moves up to 14. Louisville moves up to 15, so top 15. Oregon State drops to 16 after the loss to Arizona. Air Force moves up to 17. Utah down to 18 after the loss to Oregon, which honestly, not as far as I thought it would be. 19, Tennessee, 20, UCLA moves up 3 spots. 21, Tulane. 22, shocker, but I'm happy and pleasantly surprised. We have Kansas. 23, we have JMU. 24, we have SC, so they, I guess, stayed the same. And 25, we have newly ranked Kansas State, always in the mix lately for that Big 12 championship. So, yeah, those are the top 25. I don't have too many grievances. I'm happy JMU moves up 2 spots. Pleasantly surprised, like I said, to see Kansas. I thought, honestly, they would have 3 SEC teams in the top 10 with Ole Miss. Thought Ole Miss would then move into the top 10 with their only loss being Bama. But Oklahoma still survives, and they're still top 10. And now for Texas, the Oklahoma loss is one of the best things that can happen for their playoffs aspirations. But they decided to jump Oregon ahead of them. Oregon still has to play SC, I believe. And then it looks like Oregon's going to play Washington in the Pac-12 championship game. So Texas still has some hope. But that's it for Poll Talk. We're going to quickly go through these previews so I can get y'all out of here so y'all can get the main show going. And because the 7 o'clock game is the first game on this preview. And we have Northern Illinois at Central Michigan. So a little action. We got some action for y'all. Y'all can see Northern Illinois is favored by 6.5 points. That game is tonight at 7 on ESPNU, so in 29 minutes. Now for NIU, Rocky Lombardi. Be careful with the football. No turnovers. Force turnovers to take home count out of the game, and the defense has 9 interceptions. Feed Antoro Brown, who has 676 yards and 6 touchdowns at running back. Force Central Michigan to throw the football. They average 188.4 yards per game. Not great. And get the ball to Caper Rickowitz and Trayvon Rudolph. Now for CMU, Jace Bauer, take care of the football. He has 5 touchdowns and 6 interceptions. Negative interception touchdown ratio. Have to establish a run. NIU allows 148.6 yards per game on the ground. You can CMU get a pass game going because they only average 188.4 passing yards a game. And can CMU get to Lombardi? CMU only averages 14 sacks a game. Excuse me. Oh my God. They only have 14 sacks on the year. I don't know why I just said that. They have 14 sacks on the year. Excuse me. And CMU, in my opinion, needs to find a way to get Burt Emanuel involved, whether it's special packages with Wildcats or something like that. They have to find a way to get that explosive athlete involved in the game. But with that being said, I'm going to take Northern Illinois to win this game on the road. I think they're the better team than Central Michigan. Rocky Lombardi is the better quarterback. I think they'll handle business on the road against Central Michigan. So we move on to Buffalo at Toledo, Tuesday, 7:30. So tonight at 7:30 on ESPN2. Now, Buffalo, Cole Snyder needs to ball out. He needs to have a great game. So far in the year, he has 12 touchdowns and 7 interceptions. But he has to find a way to ball out, especially against this stingy Toledo defense. Can they contain Daquan Finn, who can not only beat you through the air, but he can beat you on the ground, a dynamic quarterback? Can't have to stop Penny Boone. Penny Boone is a force at running back, almost 1,000 yards in game, I believe, 8 or 9. Ron Cook Jr. has to get going. He only has 372 yards and 5 touchdowns on the year. They have to get him going against Toledo, have to open up the passing game for Cole Snyder, and that Ron Cook is going to be a huge part of that. And can they force a turnover? This defense has 10 interceptions on the year. Can they up that? 10 interceptions in the year is really good at this point of the year. It's really good at any point of the year. For 12 games to get 10 picks is incredible, and we're not at game 12 yet. So for Toledo, Daquan, he has to oh my God, boy. Daquan continue to be dynamic. I wrote the wrong word. Run Penny Boone. Buffalo allows 182.4 yards per game on the ground. And like I said, Penny Boone has been an unstoppable force so far. Get Jawan Newton the ball. Now, he doesn't have the most receiving yards on the team, no, but he does have 9 touchdowns on the year for Jawan Newton. So get him the football. Get the Cole Snyder. This defense has 22 sacks on the year. Pretty solid on the year. Not tops, but it's like I said, it's solid. And force a turnover. This defense has 8 interceptions led by Quinyon Mitchell, and Cole Snyder has 7. So which one budges? It's like the Davis Brin and the JMU situation. Which one budges? But with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and take I'm taking Toledo to win this game. Sorry about that. Toledo at home. Like I said, I told y'all I think I have Toledo to win the MAC this year. So Toledo has to continue on this winning way to play in the MAC championship. So I think they win and move closer to that MAC championship game. So moving on, we have Wednesday night action. We have Ball State at Bowling Green. Wednesday, 7 o'clock on ESPN2. Ball State have to find a passing game. They only average 159.9 yards per game on the air. That is not good. That is really bad, especially in college. Have to get Connor Bazelak. Have to get to him. They only have 15 sacks on the year. It's kind of solid. Can Marquise get going on the against the loaded box? He has 584 yards, but 2 touchdowns on the year. And I'm assuming the box is going to be loaded because they don't really have a threat to throw the football. Force Connor Bazelak to beat you. Bowling Green itself is only averaging 154.1 passing yards a game. Stop Terrion Stewart, who's not averaging, but he has 670 yards and 7 touchdowns on the year. Now, for Bowling Green, Connor Bazelak, no interceptions. He has 6 interceptions on the year. That's not good, especially from a transfer quarterback from the University of Mizzou and the University of Indiana. You played at both stops. You started at both stops. Now you're at Maction. You can't be having these interceptions. Load the box. They allow 135.5 yards on the ground rushing. So, again, I think the box will be loaded. Can you force a turnover? This defense has 12 interceptions. Lane Hatcher only has 1 interception on the year. So that's a big gap. Someone's going to have to give. Make Ball State have to score points because they don't average a lot of points. Make them have to keep up with you. And establish Terrion Stewart. Again, 670 yards, 7 touchdowns. Can't throw the ball, so you got to establish in a run to open that up for them. But with that being said, I was just going with the home team in this game. I think the home team gives a little boost, a little advantage. So I'm going to go with Bowling Green to beat Ball State at home. We have our last game of Maction Wednesday, Kent State at Akron, 7:30 on ESPNU. We have for Kent State have to score points. They only average 12.5 points per game. That is not good. That is low. Michael Alamo has to take care of the football. He has 2 touchdowns to 4 interceptions. So he averaged 1 touchdown for every 2 picks. Not good. Have to stop the run. They allow 160.6 yards per game on the ground. Not good. Have to be able to throw the football. They average only 142.5 yards per game on the ground, which is not good. Who will step up at receiver? Because no one has this year. That's why you're averaging 142.5 yards per game. Now, for Akron, get the home crowd involved. Because again, this is like an not interstate rival, but it's an interstate game. The interstate rivalry is Kent State and Toledo, but this is an interstate game. Get this home crowd involved. DJ Irons have to continue to be dynamic, a guy that can use his legs as well as beat you with his arm. Win the turnover battle. Self-explanatory. Points will be a premium. Both teams really don't score. I think Akron averages like 15 points a game, while Kent only averages 12.5. So points will be a premium. How to establish a run. They only average 91.1 yards per game on the ground. So Akron has to run the ball. Have to be able to run the ball. But with that being said, I'm going with Kent State on the road. And it's honestly because the lack of Akron to be able to run the football. Like I said, both teams can't score. They don't do well scoring. It's going to be a low-scoring game in my opinion. But I'm going to take the chance with Kent State. They've been a better MAC school of recent. Not really good this year, but I'll take Kent State. I think Kent State can hit a couple of more explosive plays than Akron can, so I'll take Kent State. Moving on to Thursday. We have 3 games Thursday, and then I will wrap this up. TCU at Texas Tech. Thursday, 7 o'clock. Fox Sports 1, and y'all know my spiel, man. Y'all probably going to be watching Thursday Night Football, but just a little tasty treat, a little appetizer before kickoff between the Steelers and the Titans. TCU, Chandler Morris, continue to be dynamic and continue to use their legs. Establish Amani Bailey and Trey Sanders, 2-headed monster in the backfield for TCU. Stop Tyler Shuck, which Texas Tech loves to sling the rock around. They got a great running back as well, which Taj Brooks, 891 yards, 6 touchdowns. You're going to have to stop him too. But Tyler Shuck and Texas Tech will want to throw that ball. And get the ball to J.P. Richardson, the transfer receiver out of Oklahoma State who leads the team in yardage. Got to get him the ball. He can make plays in open space. Now, Texas Tech. Tyler Shuck has to ball. He's going to be at home. He got the home crowd behind him. He's going to have a really good game. Establish Taj Brooks. I already said his yardage. Be ready for the 2-headed monster in Imani Bailey and Trey Sanders. Have to get pressure on Chandler Morris. You have to. He's like the spearhead. Well, if you're able to stop the run, then you got to get pressure on him. And be prepared for a shootout because I think this is going to be a high-scoring game. And with that being said, I'm going to take the home team. I'm going to take Texas Tech to win this shootout. We're in a shootout against Oregon. Came close to winning that. I honestly think they're the more prepared team for a shootout. TCU likes to run the ball a little bit more than Texas Tech. So I'll take Texas Tech to win this game. Now, we have Wake Forest at Duke. Thursday, 7:30 on ESPN. Wake Forest. Mitch Griffis came back last week. He did not play well against Florida State, but Florida State is just by far superior team than Wake Forest, but he is back. Be ready to face a stout defense because Duke's strength is their defense for sure. Offensively, they can sputter, but that defense is nasty. Have to stop Jordan Waters, the running back, amazing running back for Duke. Don't allow Riley Leonard to use his legs because if Riley Leonard could use his legs, it's like a huge momentum boost to this Duke's offense. It opens up so much more. It allows Duke offense with sputters to be steady. Establish Damon Claiborne, the leader. That's it, the lead. Their leading running back. Honestly, I think he's the spearhead of this offense more than Mitch Griffis. If he gets going, it allows Mitch Griffis to open up other things in the passing game. Now for Duke, have to be better in the passing game. Only average 170.5 yards per game. Now that could have failed a little bit with Riley Leonard injury. Have to flush the shutout out. So they did get shut out against Louisville on the road. Have to forget about it. Move on. You're at home. You're playing an inferior team. Got to move on. Get the ball to Jalen Calhoun. Now, Jalen Calhoun to me is their most explosive player on this offense. He also returns. He's a return man. He's good at open space. He makes people miss. He's speedy. Got to get him the ball. Have to stop the run. They allow 148.6 yards per game on the ground. And like I said, the spearhead of Wake Forest offense is Damon Claiborne. And get the Mitch Griffis. Now, they only have 17 sacks, but this defense is stout. 17 sacks is pretty okay. But I think they can get to him this week and get him on the ground. And with that being said, I'll take Duke to win this game at home. Great. I think this is a great bounce back spot for Duke. I believe if Duke wins this game, they become bowl eligible. So I'll take Duke in this game at home to get Wake Forest out of their rhythm early. They'll probably run it on them. Riley Leonard he'll probably complete a couple passes here and there. But Mike Elko, I think, will have a great game playing schemed up for this Duke team. And yes, if Duke wins, they become 6-3 and bowl eligible. So we have our last game. Then I'll get y'all out of here to catch the 7 o'clock tonight and to catch the show tonight. South Alabama at Troy. Now, Troy is coming off of a win against Texas State to now be first in the Sun Belt West. They are currently 6-2 with one loss in the Sun Belt, and that one loss being to JMU. South Alabama, I believe, is now 4-4. Excuse me. I want to say South Alabama is in the Sun Belt East. Give me 1 second as I look that up. Nope, South Alabama is in the West with Troy. They are currently 2-2, while Troy is 3-1. So this game could potentially swing the whole Sun Belt West, to be honest. South Alabama wins. They move to 3-2 with a tie-breaking win over Troy. Troy drops to 3-2. Believe South Alabama gets it over them. It becomes a logjam in the Sun Belt West. Now, JMU is in the Sun Belt East, undefeated, 5-0, ranked 23rd in the country. But I believe Georgia Southern will be the ones in that game because I don't think JMU is eligible for the Sun Belt Championship, which sucks. Please change that rule. So, South Alabama, stop Kamani Vidal. What is he? He's 994 yards, 6 touchdowns on the year. 994 yards and 8 games is crazy. Get the ball to Carlin Lacey, who has 957 yards in the air with 6 touchdowns. Also very crazy. Get the ball to LaDamian Webb. He's been here before. 13 touchdowns on the year at running back. 674 yards. He has 13 touchdowns in 8 games. Carter Bradley has to take care of the football. He has 7 picks. Now, he does have, I believe, 11 touchdowns, but 7 picks, he averages almost a pick a game. Can't do that against this Troy defense. And make Gunnar Watson beat you. You would rather tip your hat if Gunnar Watson's able to beat you over Kamani Vidal. If you let Kamani Vidal run wild, then hey, you didn't game plan well. But if Gunnar Watson beats you with his arm, it's like, hey, look, we shut down the run. He just had a great game. Now for Troy, you know my first feed Kamani Vidal. That's again best player on the offense. I think they need to feed him to open up things for Jabri Barber, and Deshaun Stoudemire. Have to stop the Damian Webb. Again, 13 touchdowns. That's a lot of touchdowns. You stop him, you're taking a lot of points off the board for South Alabama. Have to win the field position battle. I've said this before with Troy. That is the reason why they almost beat JMU early in the year. That is like their calling card. And have to stop calling Lacey. Again, that's 19 touchdowns between Lacey and Webb. A lot of points on the board between those two. And I'm going to take Troy to win this game strictly because of defense. Now, we have two good defenses in this game. Points in this game as well will be a premium. But I think Troy is the more battle-tested team here. I think Troy is the better team here. I just like Troy's defense. Troy also has that championship pedigree, winning Sun Belt last year. They got that in their mind, and they're at home. So with all that, I'm going to take Troy to win the game. Now, with that being said, I will be back Thursday to preview Friday and Saturday. Have fun watching the College Football Playoff Committee drop their top 25. Have fun watching the games tonight. We got Maction. Maction is back. No more Conference USA during the weekday. It is now Maction until, I believe, the end of the year. But I will catch y'all Thursday. Nice little quick episode. If you stick around, I will be on the 7 o'clock episode. So see you at the 7 o'clock if you're there. If not, I will see you Thursday. But I'm gone. Peace.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all at the next episode.